Yo, what is up, guys? It's me, Eve, again here playing Duet Night Abyss. In today's video, we're gonna talk about Hellfire. She's definitely one of the best characters in the game, in my opinion, probably the second best after Rebecca in terms of farming capabilities, because she's just so good for AFK farming or auto farming. She's incredible. So let's take a look at what you want to build with her, how we want to basically build her. But they definitely want to take a look at the skills first. So basically, basic understanding of her. Her buff is you make the circle around you, like the aura. I'm gonna call it aura, and every 2 seconds you're gonna be doing some damage. That damage is gonna come in from HP. If you go here in After Details, you can see it for yourself. Periodic damage here. So the skill damage is gonna come from HP. The more HP you have, the more skill damage you're gonna be doing. Her another skill, the damage skill, is gonna be the just purely doing damage again with her HP, depending on your whatever you have HP. You're gonna be doing the damage, and it's also gonna be doing very big damage. You're going to be using your first buff, and then you're going to be just spamming Qs a few times, and then you reset your buff. Again, duration on it is going to be depending again on your if you're using any skill duration increases or not. But usually I don't really go for it because there is a limited amount of demon wedges that you can use, so it's better to just stick with whatever you have. So if you didn't use any, slots, you didn't open your stuff, or you didn't adjust your slots to the specific one, you're gonna have probably around like something like this. Like I'm probably gonna be adjusting and getting these ones for Nirvana, just for the sake of those two. Having like more space, then I could put more HP buffs and skill buffs, especially something like this one for Pyro. For sure, I do think I want to use this in one in here. But basically, the most important demon wedges for her are going to be the HP demon wedges. So the spectrum here, Nirvana spectrum, gives you HP 48% plus a skill range by 30% increase. Once upgraded, because of the effect, once upgraded to +5, this demon wedge can be equipped in multiples. So you can equip at least 2 of them, maybe more depending on how many you want to. But both of them like stack, and they give you a shit ton of HP, as well as range increase is really important for that aura circle to do more damage. In terms of other important things, I'm using the Typhon Prime, because this one, as you can see, gives attack, HP, and defense. From here, attack doesn't really matter, defense doesn't really matter, but HP, 75% HP increase is very important as well. And then, as you can see, I'm using Serenity. That's also really important one. I do think this one is must-have on every character, because of the restores additional sanity by 7 for you and your teammates every 3 seconds. If you don't know, every 3 seconds you restore originally only 3 sanity. So it's basically your mana. 3 mana per 3 seconds. But with this one, you're gonna be restoring 10 mana per 3 seconds, so 10 sanity per 3 seconds. That's very important. Again, you wanna do wanna spam this, because you had, for example, I'm not using any skill efficiency, so because of that, the skills do cost, as you can see, for example here, a buff costs 75, damage costs 50, and I have only 158. And if you want to spam, you definitely want to have that thing on, so that you are not losing too much sanity when you're spamming. Other stuff, you just go for HP. I think you want to have this demon wedge on. Again, skill level, the most important stats are gonna be HP. It's gonna be skill damage and range. Those are the most important, but you you don't need too much range. Again, it's not that important. More important is to have skill damage and HP. That's the most important ones. If you have like 2 spectrums, it's fine. You're at this point, you're already done. You don't really need more than that. For example, if you're gonna have another one that increases the range, it's fine. If you're gonna like put, or I don't know, something like this, the Griffin's Inferno, for sure it's gonna work. But you definitely don't need more range like that. You don't really need the Spectrum Omen. I was using it before I got the Nirvana Spectrum. Obviously that's fine while you're not having, but again, skill damage minus 30 is a pretty big hit for the damage sake, so I don't recommend using it. Duration also doesn't really matter, but you can have like one purple or something that like increases the duration for you for sure. uh, Another important stuff is gonna be your weapons. They're not as important, but they do definitely do give you some good buffs. The most important one is gonna be Wayne Wraith because of the skill level. As you can, skill damage increased by 24%. Again, as you can see, I don't even have this leveled up. I'm using it just for the sake of the farms. If you're going for like the boss fights, again, you want to have her like signature weapons, something like the Great Sword Iron Forger here, or her signature one that increases her HP. This one. Those ones are really good for spamming like Qs on her for sure. Also, this one is also really good for farming. I guess again, max HP plus 50% is huge increase, as well as skill duration increase a little bit, as well as when a pyro character takes damage. This is where you get the stacks and you can increase your duration. So that's really good. But again, mostly you can just use this one for the sake of the skill damage increase. Another weapons that I would recommend if you currently are not higher than level 50, then you probably will not be able to get this pistol like me currently. These pistols, these are Excredu. So they're also they give you skill damage increase. This ones you definitely want to use on her for the sake of farming again. Those are because just purely because of this, you don't even need to level them up. You just need to have them on her just for the sake of that. If you don't have them, then I would recommend either using a bow for the sake of, again, skill duration plus these buffs that she gives for if you're playing like in co-op, for example, or just for your bots. If you're, for example, using someone like Rebecca as your support, just attack buff, defense, and skill damage buff or skill duration buff that this bow can give. So that's not bad. Also, Destructo is pretty fine just for the sake of skill range. Anything to do with just some simple buffs, you're not going for any damage dealing capacities. You need only the buffs for her. So it doesn't matter which type of weapon you're using. It doesn't matter if you're using like a weapon that is her signature or not. You don't give a shit about that. You only use it for the sake of the buffs that those weapons give. So just look at all of the weapons. If the ones that you have, for example, like a range, for example, if you have that one open, you go for the skill range. Same goes for like the melee. For example, you can use Siren's Kiss that I use for Rebecca, but you can also use it on her just for the sake of skill range increase here for sure. But again, mostly I would just recommend the Wayne Wraith. This is the best one, and the same goes for the weapons. The best one is the pistols because of the skill damage. So those are gonna be the best ones on her. Hopefully you like the video. Don't forget to tell me what you think about her. I'm gonna put out the video in the end there, how I farm with her for sure, so you can see it for yourself, and hopefully you all also will join the Discord. Also tune in for the streams. I do play Duet Night Abyss on the streams, as well as I do play them or like other gacha games as well on there. So hopefully I'll see you there. Other than that, hopefully you have a great day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
縁がすぐそこだから落ちて甘